quick backup. What's up, short fusers? It's me. It's me. It's the R.O.B. Right here on Short Fuse TV. The topic of today's blog is wrestling opinions and people's response to them. Plus me. In other words, I'll be talking about what's been going on with me in the past couple of months. Or since my last blog. Alrighty. Now, in regards to the first topic, which is wrestling opinions and people's response to them, or specifically one person's response to them, it is in regards to this past Monday, where I was talking about WrestleMania 29, the main event match, the so-called second time in a lifetime match, as I'm calling it, where I basically said that John Cena is a shoo-in to win the WWE Championship. Because, and I'm quoting this, and I apologize in advance to WWE for what I'm about to say, because I still like your programming, I still watch your programming, I have nothing against your programming, this is just something I've noticed over the years. WWE does not know talent, and The Rock is going to go back to his movie career. I don't hate The Rock, I'm a huge fan of The Rock, I love his movies, I've seen pretty much every single one of them, I own at least one. That is not a slight against him. No, actually I own two. Maybe three. Anyway. I said this, and a semi-close friend of mine had his own opinion on it, and using my iPad mini, I will read to you basically the conversation that took place. They replied, I will use that, "Sorry, have you done anything in there to no talent?" To which I responded, "Hey, I'm entitled to my opinion regardless." To which they replied, "I'm sick of people using that excuse to attack someone. Opinion doesn't mean you get to say someone has no talent, especially when the person with the opinion wouldn't know talent if it kicked them in the ass." I particularly had a problem with that response, in case you didn't catch my facial expressions. So my reply was, and this was talking about Cena, "I don't deny he's got charisma, and I'll admit he's changed up his moveset a little bit at a time, and impressed me once or twice with it, and he's got stamina pouring out of him. But against The Rock, I am sorry, but I can't support him. I would still be honored to meet him, because I respect him for how far he's gotten, but sometimes that's just not enough for me to like, back him. And I've been watching for years, and I've seen guys get let go that can wrestle circles around him. I'm not attacking him. You would know if I was. Believe me. And when I say that, I mean it. You would know." They replied, "How many of those guys that got let go had the promo skills of John Cena?" Notice I never said he didn't have promo skills. Never said that. Guys, person's putting words in my mouth. "How many of them put in the time and effort to expand the WWE's popularity like he did?" Cena was not the only one that had anything to do with that. Sorry. Hate to break it to you. "There's more to pro wrestling than just the matches, something you should have learned." He's referencing that I was in a wrestling academy. I'll touch on that later. "I wasn't there long enough to learn that," I replied. "But then again, I knew it was more than just matches. But you're seriously going to tell me everything about wrestling is real? The storyline was planned after Survivor Series." I then went on to say, they say that the Rock and Cena match last year was one of the best matches of all time. It was overhyped. The build-up to the match was more exciting than the match itself. Promos made that feud great, not the match itself. See? Told you I know it's not just the matches. Parentheses. BT Dubs, I said that due to the scripted nature of WWE that most fans already know about. Not going to continue what I said there because it's breaking rules. Whatever. Reply. First, it's not one of the best matches of all time, but it was a very good one. The fact remains, though, that it was successful enough that they're doing it again, something they wouldn't do if it fell flat. Keep in mind, it didn't fall flat. The match was horrible. The promos were what made it. That's why they're doing it again, because they like the promos. They didn't like the match. You know, I've read everywhere in magazines that the match was like one of the greatest matches of all time. Bullshit, it wasn't. Sorry, it wasn't. I bet that in 5 years this will still be talked about as one of the more interesting rivalries in pro wrestling. Also, there's more to it than promos too, but as you said, whatever. Then he goes on to ask me why I quit. I'll get into that later. I'll get into that in a little bit. Basically, I'm entitled to my opinion. I've been in the business, maybe not as long as you have, but I'm entitled to it. I've been watching longer, and probably longer than you've been alive. I think I know a thing or two about talent. Seeing as how I've seen guys come and go left and right, you know? Just saying, pal. Person. It's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. You don't like it, you're more than welcome. Whatever. As we both said. Now on to my next thing. What's going on with me? What is going on with me, and I touched on this just a few moments ago. I dropped out of wrestling training. Not going to say the school, simply because of respect. They don't want their shit going around, I'm sure. I told them why, I'll tell you why. Long story short, financially unstable, physically unstable. Physically not fit enough. And I hate the winter. Just saying. I do plan on going back. I've actually also looked into emceeing or ring announcing. I've actually put myself out there on Twitter. That goes for all you promotions out there. If you're looking for an MC or a ring announcer, contact me on my email. It's robrose_MC@hotmail.com. If you need any information, feel free to ask. But speaking of like financial troubles and looking for new jobs, aside from that, I am looking for a new job that doesn't deal with fucking security. Because the bad shit is just piling. It's driving me nuts, and I don't think I can deal with it anymore. I dealt with it for 6 years. I'm fucking done. So I'm making a resume, or I'm in the process of upgrading my resume. It'll be done very soon, but it's, like I said, it's in the process. Last thing I want to touch on before I end my little soiree tonight. You can read that. Gabriel Iglesias show I'm attending next month, or in a couple of weeks. Super stoked about it. Meeting one of my comedy idols, or seeing one of my comedy idols. I saw the other one, Christopher Titus, last month. Super stoked. Even more stoked about this. Not taking anything away from Titus. I'm out of the shot here. Sorry. But that's all that I have to talk about for this blog. I'll be doing more blogs in the near future, hopefully. I plan on it. I'd like to. So, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Leave a comment in the comment box about your opinions on my conversation with my fellow friend and what you think, if you think I'm right or wrong. Also, if you think my possible career choice in emceeing ring announcing is a good idea, like, subscribe, favorite, all that good stuff. I love you. I hope you love me. Please do that. And that will be all for tonight. So, rock on, short fusers. Your rock star from Earth has left the camera.